You see, when it comes to reading a book, I believe there are actually three types of people, okay? First people is those who almost never read a book, not at all. Second people is those who actually read a book, but will never be able to finish the book. And the last people, which is the third people, I believe they are those who read a book and actually walk away with some knowledge or some kind of information from the book itself. If you don't mind, put in a comment down below, share with us which category are you in and why. So sometime I will be able to come up with a certain quote or a certain information that is really valuable. So people might ask, why are you able to come up with this kind of quote? How do you get this kind of information and how do you actually memorize it? And my answer to that is always the same. I never memorize anything from the book, but instead, I read from the book, I learn it from the book, and I internalize it. So this is why I can come out idea, information, or some kind of quote without any effort. So in today's video, I will be sharing with you 3 tips. How many tips? 3 tips. 3 tips specifically on how do you properly read a book. Now the first tips that I'm going to give you is that to use a pen, okay? Not to ask you to draw on this book itself, but what I want you to do is that try this out next time, okay? When you are reading a book, because you know, now with these kind of technologies and you know, some people, they just can't concentrate. So with this pen, you can easily read through this like this, pointing at the line, and let this pen guide you along. So when you are reading the book line by line, paragraph by paragraph, you will just walk along the line. So with this, I find it very helpful because you are focusing on the pen and the book itself. So when you're reading it, there will not be any distractions. And tips number 2, when I was reading a book, I always like to play some kind of background music without any lyrics. But of course, it really depends on what kind of music you like. Some people, they like it to be a rock music, but I personally, I prefer to be a soft music, kind of like cafe style music or jazz music. That's what I prefer. And just so you know, in order to hold me and my wife each other accountable, and of course to hold the people around me accountable, we created a channel which is called Mr. and Mrs. Mok. So in this channel, we will constantly upload video about study with me. So the purpose of this channel is not to earn an extra bucks from YouTube, all right? But in fact, I'm not making any money from it yet. The purpose of this channel is I want to hold you accountable, okay? Because I realized that some of the people around me, they told me that they want to really read a book, but the problem is they can't finish it. And we've later find out that the main problem is because they are not being held accountable. No one is guiding them along. No one is staying along the journey with them. So when they face some kind of problem, you know, some lower self-kicking, they just give up. They just put the book away, and just like what Jim Quick said, okay? The self-help book eventually become shelf-help. So we realized that's the common problem, so we created the channel to hold you accountable. So on that channel itself, we have got a 20 minutes video, we have got 30 minutes, we have got 1 hour videos. I mean the length itself with a Pomodoro technique where it can let you focus, can let you concentrate within a certain period of time. Let's say 50 minutes you are focused on reading the book itself, and then after that 10 minutes you take a break, and then after 10 minutes you come back again, read another 15 minutes of book. But of course I understand that for those who are new in reading a book, or for those who are just about to start picking up the habits of reading a book, 15 minutes might be a long time for you. So what you can do is that check out our channel, and then you go and look for a 30 minutes or 20 minutes time frame. So you want to at least keep the ball rolling. You want to keep up with the habits. So anyway, I will put the link down below in the descriptions. So if you really want to be held accountable, and if you really want to be, you know, able to start reading a book, check out the channel by clicking the link down below. Now, of course, I'm going to share a game changer with you, which is the 3rd tips of the day. I did not create this technique on my own. I learned it from my brain coach, Jim Quick. So what he teaches is very useful when you are actually reading a book. So if let's say you watch my channel, let's say you watch the videos on the Mr. and Mrs. Mok channel, you will find out that every time when I read a book, I will have a note beside me. So what I do is that I will split it into two parts within the page itself. The left side is all about what I read, okay, what is written inside the book itself. And then the right hand side is going to be what I learned, okay, what can I actually implement? What is that one thing that I learned that I can implement in my own life? So with that, it is going to help you in really internalize what you have just learned from the books. And I'm telling you that this is a game changer. How do I know? Because I experienced it and I seen it myself. Since we have already went through 3 tips, might as well I give you a bonus tips, okay? And I believe everyone likes bonus, right? So the bonus tip is that you want to let the social media, you know, like your Instagram fans, your Facebook fans, your TikTok friends, know that you are starting to pick up a habit in reading. So if you have decided that you want to start reading a book, let's say Think and Grow Rich, okay? So you tell your fans that you are going to at least read 1 chapter of the book a day. So I would suggest to have a tripod stand with you. So every time when you are reading at least 1 chapter, set up a tripod stand and start recording, okay? And then after that, you put it on your social media. So with this, you are letting the whole social media holding you accountable. So I'll try that itself and I find it's quite useful. Why? Because I declare to the public that I want to do this and that. But eventually when you are not doing that, first of all, your internal struggle, okay, you're going to feel a little bit guilty because you publicly announce that you're going to do something. But if you don't, you're going to feel not comfortable. So that's one thing. Second thing is that some of your friends that is really trying to help you out, they will reach out to you and say, hey, I thought you said you want to start reading a book, a chapter a day. Why are you not posting today? So with that, it's eventually is going to help you in finishing a book and eventually, hopefully, internalize what you have just learned from the book itself. So last but not least, what I want to really share with you is that it's never about how many books you read, but how well you internalize what you read. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to my channel and share it to your friends. So until then, I'll see you in the next videos. Bye bye.